Good morning, folks. This is Naimaz. I'm live from London, and welcome to our channel and, of course, to our daily update in which we really provide you all the information which can be very much become part of your trading plan. And, of course, what we always do as a part of our daily routine is filter out some of the noise which exists in the market. And today, as the title says, there is plenty of noise in the market in relation to margin call. Now, what exactly is going on in the margin call? That is what we will discuss. Before we do anything else, it is important for us to go through this disclaimer. Anything which will be discussed cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisor. So, what exactly is going on? So, folks, keep cutting down things to a very, very simpler level. That the one major family office was forced to sell their positions, which is on Friday in big blocks to major investment banks such as Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and of course in Europe, Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank. They also have a big exposure to those ones. Now, the position, to simplify for you, a big family office has been forced to sell 20 billion worth of stocks. In what stocks? We are talking about mainly about the Chinese companies and also major exposure to US companies as well, such as Viacom. And over in Asia, the Chinese company that I'm really talking about, it's Baidu, Tencent Music, Alibaba. And all of these companies become massive and they have come under a massive selling pressure. Now, what we are really seeing today in the market is, as a result of that, is Credit Suisse, which is a very, very good banking stock, is down by 15%, and it has dropped below its 200 simple moving average on the daily time frame. So that could be an opportunity. Of course, we are also seeing some sort of a selling pressure coming for Deutsche Bank as well, but it is not down by the same extent. But what we are going to see later in today, when the US market will open, is really a selling pressure kicking in for companies like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. So this could be a great opportunity. Now, if we think about the Chinese companies such as Tencent and Baidu, they are still, or Alibaba, they are still very, very strong companies over in China. The last week, what we really heard in relation to that is that, yes, there is a possibility of these stocks being delisted over in the United States. And that was the narrative the market was very much thinking that, okay, perhaps we are going to see these stocks being delisted because of the US-China relationship are deteriorating, but that is not what really happened. What happened in the market was very different, and that was that the one family office, as I mentioned earlier, was forced to sell its position, and the exposure of that also sits on various different banks and their balance sheets. These banks give massive leverage positions, and now because of those massive leverage positions, so they asked this particular family office to start selling their positions and in big blocks. So that sell-off hasn't actually finished yet. So we could see potentially further sell-off for Baidu, for Tencent, for Alibaba today as well. And then it can continue for the next few days. Because if I have learned one thing, if by working in the hedge fund industry, especially working with big banks such as Bank of New York Mellon and stuff, it is this, that these big orders are not floated on every single day, because otherwise the market will see a massive meltdown. So they are done in a systematic, in a slow way. And that means a prolonged period of sell-off. So that is what we're very much going to see. Now, in the commodity space, what I'm really seeing is oil prices are moving to the downside. No doubt about that, because the big vessel which was stuck in Suez Canal has finally they've been able to float that vessel. Now, because of that, all those concerns about supply has somewhat eased off. But even when the vessel was stuck in that Suez Canal, we didn't really see much of a bounce on oil prices anyway. The event which is the most important is the OPEC meeting, which is taking place today, and how OPEC will conclude that meeting in relation to supply or demand. So that should be the focus for investors and traders going into this week. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Thank you.